What's up, beautiful people? Welcome to my channel. My name is Nelly. If this is your first time here, you're absolutely welcome. In today's video, I'll be talking about the Netflix series called Young, Famous and African. I always talk about scholarships on this channel. I talk about life in Canada, but today I just thought we should discuss something fun. So that's why I decided to bring this topic on this channel. So if you don't know what Young, Famous and African is, it's a Netflix series. It was released this year. It stars Diamond Platnumz, Two-Face Idibia and his wife. You have some other South Africans. You have Kanye, you have DJ Naked, you have Andili, you have DJ Naked's girlfriend as well, who is called Kaylee. I think she's a sports person. And then you have Swanky Jerry, who is a Nigerian stylist. You have, who else? I'm forgetting some people, but yes, I think there are a total of 10. Okay, you have Diamond Platnumz's baby mama, Zari the boss lady. I think there are a total of 10 people. You have people from Nigeria, and then you have the others from South Africa. Zari is from Uganda, and then Diamond is from Tanzania. So I guess that's why they call it Young, Famous, African. So I watched the series over the weekend, and then I thought that I should bring the discussion here. Let's talk about it. By the way, have you watched it? What did you think about it? I would love to know in the comments section. So first of all, let's talk about the quality of the show. Picture quality on point, like the places that they showcased and just the places where they threw their events, really good, like nice ambience. Everything was on point, the vibe was on point. And also the outfits, like the men were always on point, the women dressed well, like everybody brought their A game. Of course, Swanky is a stylist, so sometimes what Swanky pulls out, I'm just like, oh, I never saw this coming. But I mean, generally everybody really did a good job. Like each time they were going maybe for a brunch or for a party, like what they wore, everyone brought out their A game. Moving on to the hair, everyone's hair was always laid, but I loved Annie's natural hair more. Like it was just short and cute. I don't know, maybe it's because I'm looking forward to cutting my hair one of these days, so I think I'm just probably drawn to anyone who has short hair. But yes, I loved Annie's hair, like the simplicity of it, you know, like the fact that she did not have to do anything extra. I loved that hair, to be honest. Now let's talk about the show proper. Every time I watch a reality TV show, I always have it at the back of my mind that this is scripted. I always know that one or two things have been exaggerated. But with this one, I was certain that so many things had been exaggerated. I don't know Annie personally, but looking at Annie on social media, I don't think that Annie really likes drama like that. Unfortunately, drama just gravitates towards her based on the choices that she has made in life. But at the part where she went to Kanye's ball and then she was outrightly talking about how bad the food is, I was like, most ladies will not do this. Like most times if someone invites you somewhere and then you don't like the food, the most that happens is that maybe when the person goes home with their friend, they can talk about how bad the food is, as opposed to sitting there and saying, I don't want this. It's like raw. Like, come on, most people would not do that. I mean, like, yeah, like most people, except that you are really a troublesome person. But like I said earlier, I don't know Annie, but just looking at her from social media, she doesn't look like that kind of troublesome person that will go to a new place and just want to be everybody's enemy. So I felt like that was a bit exaggerated. Another thing that I felt was exaggerated was the fact that Annie had just met a new person and she was opening up to that person about her life. I was like, I don't think there's anybody who, or maybe there are people anyway, but I feel like most people would not want to give you that weapon from the very first. Like they will not want to show you that vulnerability about themselves, despite how they feel comfortable with you. They want to know that you will not use their secret against them. So for Annie to just go to a place on the first day, meet someone, and then start opening up about the difficulties of her marriage, I felt like that was really, really exaggerated. Like they just brought that up to add more story to the show. Then even Zari coming to Diamond's event, I was like, this one was just to add drama. Like Diamond had initially mentioned that he did not want to have anything long term with Zari, and then the same Diamond had also started showing interest in Nadia. So how would Diamond invite Zari to a place where Nadia is there? You know, I felt like that also was equally scripted, like just to bring out drama. Even Zari being on the show, I thought Zari being on the show was just to make it a bit more dramatic, to be honest, because sometimes some of the fights, some of the things that they even said, like the Annie and the short dress, I did not hear that part. I don't know if you heard it, please put it in the comment section. But I didn't hear the part of Annie and the short dress. And then Annie came and said that she didn't like what Zari said, and then Zari apologized, and then even Zari taking Annie's husband by the side to say that you're white. Like I felt like a lot of it was scripted, like it was just to make it more dramatic. Like I could see it when they were trying to spark up drama. I was just like, okay, people, really, is this what you're trying to make dramatic? But overall, anyway, it was an interesting show to watch. So let's talk about some of the relationships on the show. Two-Face and Annie, or Tubaba as they call him, and Annie. For the longest time, I never really understood who Annie was or who Annie is. I mean, I don't know Annie personally, like I've said before. But then you see Annie on social media, you see Annie and Pero's story, like you see different things about Annie. I'm just like, wow, this Annie, I don't understand. Like today, you're coming out to say that Two-Face, that, and then the next day you're saying we are renewing our vows. Like, sis. But to be honest, although I don't understand where Annie is coming from, I understand where Annie is coming from. Like Two-Face was her first everything. Like, and by the way, Annie loves Two-Face. Like, did you see how excited Annie was when Two-Face called, or even when Two-Face was around? Like the whole excitement, you could see that the girl was in love. Like she was jumping, like Two-Face is calling, Two-Face, innocent. Like I just hope that the next 10 years for them works out well. Like I really hope that Two-Face understood the gravity of the harm that he caused to her, and he probably makes an effort to change for the next couple of years, as opposed to just say, I understand, it's trust, and not working towards it. Moving on to Kanye and Kutsi. By the way, I did not mention Kutsi. Kutsi is Kanye's guy. I think Kutsi is from Zimbabwe, maybe. Yeah, I think he's from Zimbabwe. I felt like their relationship was good. Like Kanye is the hot one, and then Kutsi is the calm one. You could see that Kutsi is that kind of person who can interact with everybody. It's the kind of person that you want to bring into your group, because he doesn't have any issues interacting with anybody and all of that. That was really obvious. Moving on to DJ Naked and Kaylee. DJ Naked is the kind of person that will have things that will be annoying him, but he probably will not communicate it with you. For example, the way he was communicating the fact that Kaylee is in his space all the time with Swanky, I feel he would never really come out to tell Kaylee that you're in my space. And I think maybe that's what women have to learn. Like, for the fact that you're with someone, it doesn't necessarily mean that you should be always around them. There's something that they say, absence makes the heart grow fonder. Sometimes it's good to distance yourself a bit. Maybe if you always saw him like twice a week, you can see him once, or you don't even see him during that week. Like, just try to make yourself not to be too present, not to be too available. When you do that, they kind of miss you, and then they want you instead, as opposed to you always being there. Because when you're always there, people take you for granted. They know that you always be there, and then they can just treat you anyhow. So I thought that was what DJ Naked was trying to communicate, but he wasn't saying it to her, but he was just feeling some kind of way about her always being in his space. And then she too thought, oh, but by the way, if I'm with someone, there's no harm in me being in his space. I can always be there. But yeah, sometimes it's good to strike that balance, like reduce the time you spend with your person, go out with your friends, do something else, but don't always be with that person. And the next time you come to be with them, you'll see how they missed your presence because they will really want you to be around. But yeah, thank you so much for staying tuned with me. If you've not already watched the show, I'm sorry I gave you lots of spoilers, but that's just your cue to remind you that you should watch the show. See you in my next video. Goodbye.